You wake up feeling fine, but then a rude comment, a stressful email, an unexpected problem. In seconds, your emotions spiral. Stress, frustration, anger. Sound familiar? But what if that didn't happen? What if, no matter what, you stayed in control? But what if there was a way to stay in control no matter what? One moment things are fine. The next, stress, setbacks and chaos take over. But what if there was a way to stay completely in control, no matter what happens? Sounds impossible? Not if you understand one simple truth. You don't control the world, but you always control how you respond. This isn't just an idea. It's a practice, and one man mastered it better than anyone in history. Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't just a Roman emperor. He was a philosopher, a warrior, a leader who ruled one of the most powerful empires in history while facing relentless wars, betrayals, and plagues. Most leaders would crumble under that kind of pressure. But Marcus, he remained unshaken. Why? Because he understood that control is an illusion, except for one thing, your mind. Instead of wasting time on anger, fear, or frustration, he focused only on what he could control: his thoughts, his actions, and his mindset. And this is where everything changes for you. If you apply this same perspective, you will never feel powerless again. No more overreacting, no more getting thrown off by circumstances, no more letting life dictate your emotions, because no matter what happens, stress, setbacks, uncertainty, you'll know exactly how to stay grounded. But how do you actually do this? How do you train your mind to stay in control, just like Marcus Aurelius did? It all starts with one key shift: learning to separate what you can control from what you can't. And once you master this, everything else falls into place. Let's break it down. First, the Stoic mindset. You only need to focus on what you control. Here's a mental shift that can instantly make you stronger. Stop trying to control everything. It's not what happens to you that makes you miserable, it's how you react to it. Epictetus. Most people exhaust themselves trying to control the uncontrollable, others' opinions, the unexpected, the future. But the truth? You control only one thing: your response. Think about it. How much energy do you spend worrying about things you have no say in? Let's take a real-life example. Imagine someone spreading false rumors about you. Your first instinct may be anger, frustration, maybe even the urge to defend yourself. But step back and ask yourself, what do I really control here? You can't control what they say. You can't control what other people believe. But you can control your emotions, your actions, and your focus. And that changes everything. This is the foundation of Stoicism. If it's out of your control, don't waste energy on it. Instead, turn your focus inward. Here's a simple way to start practicing this mindset. Take a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. Left, everything you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. Right, everything you can't control: other people's opinions, your past, unexpected events. So what? Stop stressing about the right column. The more you do this, the more mentally resilient you become. So, how do you actually train yourself to stay in control, even in the worst situations? How do you build a mindset that nothing can shake? One man figured it out, and he didn't just talk about it, he lived it. The second lesson from Marcus Aurelius: the art of emotional mastery. If anyone has a right to feel overwhelmed, it's Marcus Aurelius. He ruled Rome during one of its most tumultuous times, facing war, betrayal, and plague. Yet he remained calm, because he trained his mind every day. And here's what most people don't realize. He didn't hope to stay in control. He actively trained it. his secret weapon, journaling. In his meditations, Marcus repeatedly reminds himself, you have control over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find power. It's not just a philosophy, it's a daily practice. Instead of repressing his emotions or reacting impulsively, he writes them down, analyzing his thoughts, questioning his reactions, and reinforcing his Stoic principles. And this is something you can do too. Every night before bed, ask yourself, did I have control over my emotions today? What triggered me, and how could I have responded better? Write down your thoughts, not to judge yourself, but to learn. Over time, you'll stop reacting emotionally and start reacting with logic and intelligence. And once you master your emotions, the next step is to learn how to anticipate challenges before they happen. That's what we'll explore next. Premeditatio Malorum. Prepare for the worst. Most people live in constant fear of what might go wrong. They hope for the best, but panic when things don't go as planned. But the Stoics took a different approach. They prepared for the worst, mentally and emotionally. This practice is called Premeditatio Malorum, pre-contemplating the worst. The idea is simple. If you anticipate setbacks, failures, and hardships before they happen, they lose their power over you. Marcus Aurelius himself practiced this. He would visualize betrayals, losses, and adversity, not to become paranoid, but to train his mind for whatever came next. Because when you prepare for the worst, nothing can surprise you. Think about it. If you've envisioned every possible challenge, you'll respond with clarity instead of panic. So how do you apply this? Here's a 2-minute mental exercise for you. Every morning, take 2 minutes to ask yourself, what could possibly go wrong today? How would I react if it did? Imagine the worst-case scenarios: a difficult conversation, a failure, an unexpected challenge. Then mentally prepare for how you'll respond. Instead of hoping for a smooth day, practice resilience. Because when the storm hits, and it will, you won't panic. You'll be prepared for anything. And speaking of preparedness, the next key mindset takes this even further. Voluntary discomfort, training, mental endurance. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They stay in their comfort zones, hoping life never forces them into trouble. But the Stoics believe in something extreme. Seek discomfort before it finds you. Because the more you voluntarily endure discomfort, the stronger you become. Think about a time you voluntarily made your life harder. Waking up early, exercising, pushing yourself beyond comfort. That's exactly what elite athletes and Navy SEALs do. They don't seek pain, they train for resilience. Seneca did the same, sleeping on the floor, eating simple food, not out of necessity, but to remind himself, I can endure anything. And if you train discomfort on your terms, you'll never fear it when it comes. If you practice the hard things, you will never be controlled by fear. Here's how you can do that today. Challenge yourself to take a cold shower. Teach yourself to handle discomfort without hesitation. Stay off social media for a day. Control your focus. Deprive yourself of a luxury you usually enjoy. Prove to yourself that you don't need it. The goal isn't to endure, it's to train your mind. Because when the real challenges come, you won't flinch. And this is the mindset that separates the weak from the truly unshakable. Now, let's talk about the final key to maintaining this level of discipline, the one that will keep you grounded every day. Finally, the silence and observe technique, mastering your reactions. Most people react immediately when they feel attacked. They defend themselves, they argue, They let their emotions take over. But great leaders, those who truly understand power, do the opposite. Take Nelson Mandela. After 27 years in prison, he refused to lash out in anger. Instead, he observed, listened, and responded with strategy, not emotion. That's what Stoics do. They practice silence and observation. Instead of reacting immediately, they pause, observe, and respond with logic, not emotion. Marcus Aurelius said it best. When someone speaks ill of you, ask yourself, is it true? If it is, correct yourself. If it is not, why bother? Think about it. If someone offends you, you have two options. React emotionally, defend yourself, argue, and let them control your temper. Stay calm, analyze the situation, and decide if it's worth your energy. Which choice makes you stronger? Here's how you can practice this daily. The next time someone says something that upsets you, stop. Take a deep breath, count to 3, and observe your emotions. Ask yourself, is this worth reacting to? In most cases, silence is the most powerful response, because when you refuse to react, you retain your power. And this ability, controlling your emotions, is what separates the weak from the truly disciplined. But how do you make this mindset a daily habit? That's where the Stoic morning ritual comes in. How to maintain this mindset. Every day, you can't just think Stoic once and expect lifelong discipline. Mental strength is like a muscle. It needs to be exercised daily. That's why the Stoics had a routine to strengthen their mindset every day. Here's how you can do the same with the Stoic morning ritual in 3 simple steps. 1. Start your day by reminding yourself of what you control. Before you check your phone, before you let the world dictate your thoughts, stop. Tell yourself, I don't control my circumstances, only my reactions. I don't control other people's opinions, only my actions. I don't control the past or the future, only the present moment. This keeps your mind steady. Second practice, Premeditatio Malorum. Take 2 minutes to anticipate potential challenges. Ask yourself, what will go wrong today? If it does, how will I respond as a Stoic? By preparing in advance, you will become unshakable. 3. End the day by reflecting on what you learned. In the evening, grab a journal and ask yourself, did I control my emotions today? What triggered me? How can I handle it better? What Stoic principles did I apply today? Marcus Aurelius did this every day, and over time, it made him one of the most calm leaders in history. If you make these 3 steps a habit, your mindset will completely change. No more overreacting, no more feeling helpless, no more being controlled by the chaos outside, because at the end of the day, you are in control. And that's all that really matters. By now, one truth should be clear. You don't control the world, but you always control how you react. This is the core of Stoicism. Most people let circumstances, emotions, and other people dictate their thinking. But who understands this philosophy? They live a calm, unshakable, and controlled life. And finally, remember, focus only on what you can control. Don't waste energy on things that are out of your control. Master your emotions. Through journaling and self-reflection, train yourself to respond, not react. Prepare for adversity. Expect challenges, and you'll never be caught off guard. Seek discomfort. Train yourself to handle difficulties before they happen. Accept silence. The most powerful response is often no response at all. If you apply these principles daily, you will become mentally unshakable, and this is just the beginning. Most people stop here. They understand, but they don't apply. They stay stuck, reacting, stressing, losing control. But that's not you. You've made it this far because you're ready to take action. The next step, watch how to control any situation like a Stoic master. This isn't just knowledge, It's a new way of life. This isn't just knowledge, it's a new way of life. It will change the way you see life forever. If you're ready to take this mindset even further, if you want to master control in any situation, watch the next video. How to control any situation like a Stoic master. It will completely change the way you see life.